Thank you, John. It's really a pleasure for me to be back to this great event. And I think I will very briefly tackle three topics. One is the importance of gas, and second is the importance of collaboration, especially in facing the multiple challenges that we're facing, and the third one about financing. So I think gas is playing and will play a significant role. And we have heard this from Prime Minister Mitsotakis in the dinner yesterday about how can gas overcome the trilemma that Ambassador White was talking about. It's better to use and switch to gas than coal. And definitely gas, although it is a fossil fuel, but it is the cleanest fossil fuel. Not just that, but we have a lot of technologies that can make gas even cleaner. And I think this is one of our focus points at the MGF. We're focusing on developing more gas from the Eastern Mediterranean to support diversification of Europe, especially in these times of crisis and challenges. Not just that, but we're trying to produce more gas in a more responsible way through a lot of technologies, a lot of projects to decarbonize and reduce emissions. So this is one thing. Another thing, we're trying to do this through a lot of collaborative platforms and collaborative mechanisms. And I think the EMGF, one of its characteristics is that it is not just about the governments, but we have the governments, we have the industry, we have the regulators and the technology companies. So I think bringing the different stakeholders together is a very important platform for collaboration, especially facing all the challenges, whether geopolitical, whether the climate challenge, or even the energy security and the trilemma that we are facing. The last point is financing. So I think the global world is having a lot of ambitious targets, especially when we're talking about economic growth and also about climate action. But I think it's good to have ambitious targets. It's good to have a vision, but also we need to have concrete plans to achieve this. And I think one of the main obstacles is financing. And the good thing is in the past 2 years, let's say, the narrative about the fossil fuels and about gas in particular has been changing. People now, and the political narrative is accepting the gas and the role of gas, but what's really challenging is the availability of financing and funding. Really, to make gas or to have the contribution of gas in the facing the trilemma, we need a lot of funding, not just to develop and produce gas, but as we have been discussing about the infrastructure, the interconnectivity. And we still see a lot of constraints from the financing institutes in funding and availing funds for gas projects and gas infrastructure. So I think this is an important topic that we need to address, not just funding for gas, but also funding the ambitions about the climate challenge and the climate change. And I think the COP28 achieved a great milestone in this regard, creating the funds for this, but still I think it's a long way to go. Hopefully in COP29, we can achieve further milestones and we can see a breakthrough in this regard.